Yeah. Oh my lord. Hold up now. I ain't know the camera was messed up like that. My fault, people. What up? Oh shit. There we go. Alright, my bad, y'all. I ain't know it's like that. What's good, man? Hope y'all are having a great morning. Welcome to the Fragrance Plug, your source for all things scent. We have a great show today. People over at Hawas, over at Rasasi, they done did it again, fam. We got two new ones that came out that we'll be releasing. I do have an idea of when they're going to be dropping these, and I do have some questions that I do want to ask. So we will be tapping into that. Gonna be a short day today. Do got to get ready for work. So we are gonna tap into some of the new fragrances. I'm gonna let y'all know what I've discovered as far as some of these new Hawases and when we can be expecting them. And then I have a few plug reacts that we're gonna get into also. So let's go ahead and get straight into it. One of the first things that I wanted to talk about was what's going on with Hawas and Rasasi. So we're gonna trip over here real quick. Let me come over here. And let's get into it, fam. Let's get into it, man. Okay, so I have two Rasasi pages. So I want to point out something right now. There's two Rasasi official pages. We have this one here. This one has 141,000 followers. And then we have this one here, Rasasi official. Now, we first got the news of Hawas Atlantis last week, I want to say. And that's when this one right here dropped, letting us know that we can be expecting a new Hawas. Then they eventually dropped this one right after, and I commented and said, y'all aren't playing fair. They then responded and said, here's a secret. There's one more edition other than Atlantis that will be dropping. Hey, love to see it. And then shortly, a few days later, we end up getting the Hawas Viper. And then right here, unveiling at ASD Market Week, Las Vegas, the 3rd through the 6th. So then I did a little research and I wanted to figure out, one, what is ASD Market Week? ASD is Associated Surplus Dealers. So it's basically a market to where like wholesale distributors, people that do things in bulk, I'm guessing, they meet up. Now, with this convention being this weekend in Vegas, we should be expecting some news as far as what these fragrances will be entailing. We should be getting official bottles. We should be getting official notes because this is going to be at a convention. So I am expecting a lot more information as the week continues. Now, this is where questions come arise. This is definitely where questions come arise, at least for me. Let me know what y'all think, but one of the questions that I do have is this right here. Boom, let's go back to it. Because when you scroll down and you see the Rasasi Perfumes booth, so they have a booth for this whole event, booth N21706. And on this booth, look fam, they got the new Rasasi booths are basically all gonna be dedicated towards Hawas. I'm seeing that they have an original booth that's gonna be their global, but then they also have a booth for Hawas Cobra. So we can expect and we can see that Hawas Cobra has been confirmed. Hawas Cobra is gonna be the one that I posted in the community tab. It actually had notes at the bottom of it. Shout out to Neeb because he was the first one to break that. So I did get that from him. But he was the first one to break the actual notes, because even with Atlantis, we still don't have the notes for that one. Even with Viper, we still don't have the notes for that one. So we have Hawas Cobra that we could be expecting. We have Hawas Diva, which I'm expecting that one to be for the ladies with a name like Diva. We also have Hawas Malibu. Now that is 3, 2 for the men, and then there's another one for Cobra right here. I don't know if that was an accident, but what I can say is this. At least from what we can see as far as the Vegas convention is concerned, we see that we will be getting Hawas Cobra, Hawas Malibu, and Hawas Diva. So when it comes to this is where I just want to ask an opinion of y'all. Which one of these is the real Rasasi, first off? Which one? Because even this one, like they're still saying that they're launching soon. They're saying that the Hawas returns with a daring new scent that electrifies the senses and leaves a trail of invigoration. Like, I get that. But which one of these are the real Hawas Rasasi pages? Like, what can we expect? Do we know we can get the Cobra, or are we going to be getting the Atlantis and Viper? Personally, I would be cool with all four of them because I'm hearing a lot of things. I'm hearing Blue Talisman. I'm hearing one of the new ones that I posted earlier today with what was Cobra, and the other one of those could be Imagination. I'm hearing different things, but at the same time, I just want to know, are we going to be getting all four, or are they only going to showcase two of them at the Las Vegas event? That's something that's really on my mind right now. I'm really trying to figure that out. I have not one idea. What up, y'all? What up, Gen? What up, $1 Million Minds? What up, fam? Appreciate y'all for stopping by. We just going over this new Rasasi. Apparently we have two more that got confirmed yesterday. So we're just trying to figure out, can we be expecting four, or can we be expecting just two? And maybe those other twos was teasers or whatever the case may be. But I'm not seeing anything right now. All I am seeing is that they are going to be at the Vegas booth. So we can be expecting news this weekend at the latest. I'm pretty sure there'll be something going on with reels from influencers or Rasasi themselves when they're at the booth. So make sure that y'all stay tapped in, because I will be posting anything that I find out as far as when it comes to these new products that we can expect from Hawas. Because yeah, these are absolute bangers. And again, when it comes to Hawas, to me, it's one of the complete fragrance lines. Like, it doesn't get much better than that one. Gang, what up, fam? What up, man? Appreciate y'all for stopping by, man. Let's get into it. Now, switch back over here real quick to the live stream. Now, the only other thing that I want to do, I do have a segment of Plug Reacts, but then I also have a segment to where we're just going to go over some of the Hawas fragrances real quick. I just want to tap into a few of them. The only one that I don't have is green. And I'm just going to give my input on them real quick, because they acting a damn fool. Let's get it started off with Hawas Rasasi. This one is the one that actually started everything. This is a beautiful fragrance, fam. And you can still, honestly, even at this day, I would still recommend this fragrance to so many people, especially if you're one of my younger fellas that's trying to get into fragrance, that wants something that's heavy on the compliments. Yeah, this is one that you can definitely rock out with. Bubblegum sweetness, aquatic, woods in the dry down. It definitely has some fruits in the opening as well. This is just an absolutely amazing beast mode fragrance. And this was the one that really started everything. If you want compliments, if you want a mass appealing DNA, if you want a fragrance that will literally last all day, go with Hawas, the OG. Now, the few drawbacks with that one is, a lot of people do say that it is overly sweet. So that's why I recommend, if you do want to get that one, get it for somebody that might be a little bit younger, or just be aware of that extremely sweet quality that it has with it. It is like a bubblegum sweetness, but it also is like a lot of fruits as well. So you just have to be mindful of that. Then switching over to the next one, we have Hawas Ice. Yes, Lord. And this is very much so like Hawas's older brother. This one is a lot more mature, a lot more effective in a lot of people's eyes. Still going to be getting a very nice DNA. A lot to me in this one, I get that sweetness dialed down a little bit. A little bit more of a mature take in DNA. It has a little bit more of like a salty appeal to it, especially with some of that fruits being dialed down. But you can still pick up like what is either a green apple or a melon in this. You still get that aquatic sense. It's just a little bit more clean in the opening and really throughout the majority of the fragrance. And it's a lot more enjoyable for most people's eyes. Me, I would still probably go with the OG. But this one right here is one that you definitely have to throw into the collection. Because something that I'm finding out about this one is, this one out of these two, this one is the better one for layering. I've layered this with Art of Universe. Absolutely amazing. I've gotten ridiculous compliments out of that one. I've worn that with Tarot the Electrique. I've gotten a lot of great compliments from that one as well. So for me, I would much rather prefer Hawas the original as a scent of its own, whereas Hawas Ice kind of has a little bit of like a hybrid aspect to it, because with it being much more mature and still giving me that same DNA, it offers itself a lot of room for layering combinations. So again, things like Art of Universe, Tarathi Electric, as soon as I find out more layering combos, I will try those out. I'm not really the biggest person with layering, so I'm getting into it. But Hawas Ice is going to be the Hawas OG's bigger brother, basically. And then I want to say we got Black next, which Black is an absolutely amazing fragrance within itself as well. This one is going to be getting you a lot of that Hashivad, Aventus Absolute DNA. This one, a good amount of freshness up top. That soapy woods combination that the birch normally gives you in an Aventus fragrance. You do have a little bit more fruits in there as well, but this one right here is just absolutely amazing. Has a smoky incense quality about it also. This one, I know that we talk about the DNA, we talk about the Aventus Absolutes. We get a lot of those. Understand this right now. This is one of the top ones when it comes to that overall DNA. If you're not a big fan of the extremely smoky aspects of things, this one isn't as smoky as like a Supremacy Silvers collection. Not the Silvers collection, but Afnan Supremacy Silver. That one. It's not as smoky as that one. It also has a little bit more of a cleaner quality than something like Shaggoff from the Club by Zamaya. So, in my personal, and you still get that great quality, you get a nice presentation with it, and you get a fragrance that is a beast mode quality fragrance within itself. You get a lot of body with this one. And this one also has a compliment factor. One of the things that's great about the Hawas line is pretty much the whole line has compliment factors, bro. You'll be able to garner the compliments and the attention that you want if that's something that you're looking for with the Hawas fragrance line. I would say that if you don't like compliment, or if you just want a fragrance that's a little bit more toned down, I would stay away from these altogether, because these are gonna get you noticed for sure. The next one that we got was Hawas Fire. Now this is the most unique one out of this whole bunch. Whereas the first three were all dedicated towards the public, all mass appeal. This one right here, Hawas Fire, is extremely unique. It's extremely unique, man. And the DNA of this one, I think it's supposed to be one of those Greasa, the big bottles that look like a hairspray. It's supposed to be one of those. I think it's supposed to be Imperial Valley. I've never gotten my nose on that one, so I don't know how it's coming off. But one thing I can say about this one is, this one doesn't give off that extreme mass appealing DNA that the other three gave off. For some reason, this one right here, it has spices in it for sure. Warm spices, woody. But it has this one sharpness about it. Like almost like a slight harshness to where it's, I'm not going to say a lemon pledge, because it doesn't come off like lemon. This fragrance really does come off like warm cinnamon, hot. Like it just comes off like the name describes itself. But at the same time, it's not giving anything that's really mass appealing in my eyes. Normally, a lot of the fragrances that we've gotten from the Hawas line right now have all been mass appealing hits as far as it goes with the fragrance community and the public in general. This is the one out of the group so far to where I don't know. I've been able to wear it and I've been able to enjoy myself with it, but this is one of the more confusing fragrances in my whole collection, mainly because of the DNA that is given off. It's not something that's extremely I don't want to say mass appealing, but it's not extremely like US. It basically gives me like a lot of Oriental take, like a lot of Middle East Oriental take. You could tell that this fragrance wasn't one that was thought of in the US. It doesn't give off US perfumery. It doesn't give off like Europe Asian inspirations. It really gives off that Middle Eastern it gives off that oriental take to it. It's still nice, but again, it's one of the more unique fragrances from this whole line. That one, I'm out of everything, it would be hard for me to try to recommend that one, just because of how unique it is as you're wearing it. Yeah. Tropical as gas, fam. I have it, bruh. Everybody keeps telling me that. Razor and Walt, we were talking about it this morning, and they were saying how they stay getting compliments with it. And Walt had a change of heart with it because at first he wasn't feeling it, but now he said he got a big dent in his bottle now. So I don't know, man. I'm definitely gonna get it. Definitely gonna get it. Scent of the day, Nitro Red, okay. Nitro Red, Blue Talisman. Hey, have you tried that Nitro Intense? If you did, let me know. Let me know. I smelt it at Classic Wholesales, but I didn't think to get it at that time. I don't own any other Hawases and have never smelt them, but all of a sudden I want the entire collection. Fam, it is like that. The Hawas collection is like that. I keep saying that might be one of the more complete fragrance lines that we've gotten from like the Middle East or more affordable brands. Let me say that. So I'm excited. I still got to get green. And then with these next 4 that are coming out, yeah, man, there's a lot going on right now. Hawaii Ice is Le Truth. I believe you. I already know. I have them all. My favorite is Ice, Fire, Tropical, and Ice. What is it about fire for you, Guy? And what is it? Let me know. And does it come off like a mass appealing fragrance, or is it very unique in your eyes? Whereas like Hawaii's Ice, Hawaii's OG, even Hawaii's Black, those are all mass appeal. Hawaii's Fire to me it's unique. Is Hawaii's Black already redundant if you own Pro-Show? Yeah. If you have Pro-Show, if you have the Offnon Collector's Edition, it's going to be redundant. Hell, even if you have Imperium X, bruh, if you got this from Fragrance World, all right, this one might not be as redundant, but still, it is very redundant. I will say that, but it's nice. It's nice, bro. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, it's nice though. Honestly, I wouldn't mind having both of them. Like if I had to choose out of the 3 new ones, if I had to choose between Hawaii's Black, Offnon Collector's Edition, and Pro-Show, I'm going with Pro-Show and Black. Hawaii's Black. Those are the 2 that I would pick. There we go. It's the same DNA, but Hawaii's Black is more Hashivat and Pro-Show than Aventus Absolute. There you go. Honestly, for me, anything that gives that Hashivat Aventus DNA, I ain't gonna lie to you. I damn near group them all up together. I damn near group them up all together. What up, Jamie? I see you down there. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Love to see it. All right, now let's go. We got one more. And this Hawaii was really the one that, this one kind of took me by surprise, man. And this one is much better than the Lionheart that we got from Armagh. But this one right here, Hawaii Elixir, yeah, man. I've been letting this one sit. Sweet. Tobacco. Leather, I think, bruh, this is nice. This is nice. Now, I will say this. Out of all of them, these are probably the 2 that I wouldn't rebuy. And I mainly say that because I'm not the biggest fan of like that JPG DNA. It's cool, and I definitely respect it. But I don't know, it just doesn't like get me as hyped as other people when they wear it. Like for me, for some reason, like especially when it comes to cold weather fragrances, and I know that this is gonna be in that cold weather vein, I'm not the type to want to lean into tobacco. They lean into a lot of tobacco. I prefer to lean into like the leathers, the ouds, the spices. That's what more so gets me in my cold weather fragrances. So when it comes to like a JPG, Lamel Elixir, Lamel Absolute, whatever, when it comes to that style, Like, again, I can respect it for the fragrance that it is and what they've done to the community and for the community. But for me personally, there's always going to be something else that I can see myself gravitating to a little bit more than just this DNA within itself. Now, I will say this. Hawas Elixir, in my personal opinion, is a much better fragrance than Armagh Lionheart. So I will go with this. It's extremely clean, has a slight little gourmand touch to it, a few aromatics, but it's really that tobacco, that little bit of sweetness that's in there. It's nice. It's nice. I can respect it. I can respect it for sure. If I had to rank the 5 that I have right now, minus tropical, because that's the only one that's been out that I do not have. If I had to rank the Hawas line, starting off at that number 5th spot, we'll probably go to Hawas Fire. And again, it's mainly just because I'm still trying to understand this DNA. I think that if I had my hands on the original, I would be able to better speak to it. But because I only have this, and this is a very unique fragrance in my eyes, I'm going to have to put Hawas Fire at that number 5th spot. Number 4 spot is going to be Hawas Elixir, but this one can honestly move up. I can see this one moving up a little bit more in placement. Like I said, it's just that DNA, man. It's not bad, just not the biggest fan of it. 3rd place, I'm probably going to go with Hawas Ice. And this will probably be controversial for a lot of people, but for me, the OG just does it. This one is still extremely nice within itself, but again, one of the main differences that people like between this one more so than the original is that they like how mature this one is, and they don't like how youthful the original is. I like how youthful the other one is. I also like the cooling effect on this one, but the other one just gives so much of an original DNA that I'm choosing that one every time. Coming in at number 2 spot, for sure, man. Holla at my boy, Hawas Black. Backup bottle for sure. Backup bottle for sure. And with this one, you really don't need too many. Like, I'm not even going to hold you, fam. You don't need too many of that Aventus DNA, Hashivat DNA. When you got Hawas Black, you can really just rock out with that one and be good. Compliment factor, beast mode, projecting, all that good stuff. And then, of course, the number 1 spot for me is going to be Hawas the OG. It is going to be Hawas the OG, definitely giving you that Invictus DNA, sweet, bubblegum, useful, playful, loud, invigorating, all that good stuff. So, yeah, that's going to be how I'm ranking them. Oh, shit, let me see what we got. My bad, I need to get back into the chat. But that's how I'm going to rank my the 5 Hawas fragrances that I have right now. I'm not even going to hold you. Once I get my hands on tropical, I can see tropical moving into that top 3. Especially if it's going to be coming off like everybody's hyping it up as. Yeah, tropical can move up in that top 3. I got Nitro Red Intensely. I also had the original. And what I noticed is that Intense was much more smoother, but not as loud as the original. Sometimes they do sacrifice that, man. Like, you get more quality sometimes. Like, especially when they go to like a second version, like a Parfum, an Elixir, anything like that. I always notice that it seems like you get better quality, and you also get a little bit more of a scent bubble, but it doesn't like project. It's not going to be projecting. It's not going to be room filler, beast mode. It's not going to be out there. So I have noticed that sometimes. You just saved me some money. Hey, glad I can help, man. You know that's what we here for. That's what we here for. That's definitely what we here for. I've been curious about Nitro, but I think it may be too sweet, synthetic, useful for my taste. I do like fresh with a little fruit. Yeah, that one's going to be extremely sweet, fam. That watermelon sweetness, some people say it's synthetic. I don't really get any of the syntheticness. I will say that I did have to let my bottle macerate for like 4 months, bro. Like the first time I got it, I was getting like 3 hours, 4 hours performance. Now I'm getting around that 6, 7 after it's been sitting there for a little while. And that watermelon note that it gave off in the opening was just a lot more juicier as it let it sit there. So I'm actually rocking with that one. Like the Nitro line just came a long way from what I normally expect it to be. So it was cool for me. What's good, DFW fam? Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else we got. Brandon B. Hey, am I tripping? But Hawas Ice smells like YSL YEDP. I don't know about that one now. I don't know about that one. I've never. Nah, I can't say that. And I can't say that because of how, like, the fruit qualities, the sweetness that it gives off. Like Hawas Ice to me gives off like a little bit more of like an apple smell. Whereas YSL gives me a lot more like fresh citrus from bergamot, limes, lemons, things like that. I don't get the comparison between those two, but it could just be me also. That could definitely just be me. Oh, boom, boom. Dakota, what up, my guy? Popping on right quick to say what up. No sin of the day yet. Man, you good, fam. I have not one idea what my sin of the day is either, so I feel you. Let me see, hold up. I've had Hawas Ice. I've had Hawas Black for over a year and I only wore it once. I just can't get into it for some reason. What is it, Major? Is it like that smoky aspect? Is it like the DNA is played out to you? I ain't gonna hold you, man. Look, if you don't want your bottle of Hawas Black, brother, send it my way. I will find plenty of usage for it. Trust me. Then I can spray mine how I want to, because I really want to spray my Hawas like 10 times at least. All right, let's go ahead and swap over. I got one more thing that I want to go into. We got some plug reacts that we're gonna talk about. Shout out to everybody on TikTok. Let's get into it. Boom, plug reacts. First things first. We're going to start off with Curly Scents. Let's get into it. I think she's talking about top 10 best Middle Eastern clones for men. Let's get into it. Let's see what she got to say.
Colognes that have me in a complete choke. 10 Middle Eastern colognes that have me in a complete chokehold. If you want her to think that you spent 5 times more on your fragrance than you actually did, you need to own at least one of these intoxicating and incredibly inexpensive scents.
All right, she said we only need to own one. Let's see how many we got out of this collection. I'll let y'all know if it's some gas or not. And we definitely gonna see if it's, what is it, sexiest? Anyway, we gonna see.
Reef's Momento. Afnan Historic Sahara.
All right. The first one I didn't catch, but this one right here, if I'm correct, this is Liquid Broom. This is Afnan's version of Liquid Broom, so this one could be redundant, but because this one is going to be like Liquid Broom, we can go ahead and certify that this one is going to be, this is going to be sexy, it's going to be outside of his price range. It's going to be hidden outside of his price range.
Armaf Infinity Silver.
I don't know what that first one was. This is Zamaya Aura. If anybody knows anything about this one, let me know. I should have checked to see, because one thing I like when they at least give you a little bit of description about the fragrance, not just saying the name of it sometimes. So it looks like that's what she's going to be doing in this. So we're going to have to do some research on our own, but this one right here, Zamaya, looks interesting. And with Zamaya being an off-brand partner of Afnan, I'm pretty interested in it.
Dimea Mothesh Aura, Latafa Assad, Katlach Pure Musk Blend, Afnan Supremacy.
Hold on, fam.
Katlach Pure Musk Assad, Katlach Assad, Latafa Assad.
So I'm not tripping. Okay. Bruh, I didn't know what was going on with that one. Okay. So yeah, Assad is a good one too, for sure. It was more so like how it was edited in there.
Katlach Pure Musk Blend, Afnan Supremacy Collector's Edition. Armaf Club de Nuit Intense Man Extrait de Parfum. Afnan Turathi Blue, Latafa Fakhr Platine. 10 Middle East.
All right, so a lot of those were his, especially at the end. Like she got the Turathi Blue in there, absolute hit. Middle Eastern take of that Bulgari Tiger DNA, a lot more spices on that Oriental side of things. Absolutely love that one. Yeah. She had some good ones. The only thing, again, I wish there would have been a few of the notes, like letting us know how the fragrance is coming off somewhat. But other than that, dope video. Shout out to Curly. She just dropped this one yesterday, I think. So I saw this one on TikTok. I said, let's go ahead and dip into it and see what she has coming off. And then the next one we have is gonna be Curly Fragrance. She's gonna be talking about top 5 sexiest cheap fragrances for men. Let's get into it. I see some Paris Corner. I see some Riffs. And I'm wondering, does she have a partnership with Riffs? Because Riffs gets thrown in there a lot. Could be. Let's see.
Shit, I'm speechless. Top 5 sexiest cheap fragrances for men. Paris Corner Prodigy. Ooh, think of Penhaligon's Halfetti, made more sexier and stronger, mixed with Jean Paul Le Male Elixir, plus a bottle of Coca-Cola added to it. Mix those 3 things together for an affordable price and super beast mode and smells super niche. Ah, that is...
I've never heard of this fragrance. And for some reason, I want to say that Paris Corner hasn't been like popping out with as many fragrances as they did like 2 years ago. It was at one point to where Paris Corner was dropping fragrances left and right. Like I'm talking about, I remember they had a tobacco vanilla line. They have so many fragrances, but lately they just been falling off for just not doing as much as they did originally. So for this to be up there, I've never heard of this one. But I am kind of curious because she said a Coke. What was the other fragrance? The Le Male Elixir, I think she said. And then Penhaligon's also. So I would be kind of curious to know how that's going to be coming off. Especially with the Coca-Cola aspect of it. I would be kind of curious to know how this one's going to be working.
What this one is. Why is nobody talking about this one? This is the hidden gem of 2025. In my opinion. Riffs Momento. This smells like 95% the same as Montal Arabian Stonka. Maybe even a little bit more likable. But still, super beast mode. I don't know how they have done it, but this is amazing. Smell-wise, quality of the bottle even as well. This is super heavy. Look at the sprayer.
That shit look heavy.
Bang! If you still don't have this in your collection, get it right now. Artisan Blue. The opening of this fragrance is not normal. There's a high quality of neroli in this one. It really gives you a kick. And it smells super natural to my nose. And this is an inspired version of Imagination, but made more beast mode with better ingredients added to it. That is what this one is.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to see. That's Anfar. Anfar, bruh. Anfar got some bangers. Most of my Anfar I've gotten from Joma's shop, they are B.O.B. safe. Most of them I've seen have been under $40. But Anfar has some hits. And from the fragrances that I've tried from the brand, one of their main things is they do a lot of Oriental, or like they have a lot of Middle Eastern inspirations or qualities about their fragrances. Like I have one that gives me like an Oriental Bleu de Chanel vibe. I have one that gives me that what was it? That passion fruit joint. I can't think of it right now. But I have 3 of them from their line. They are extremely nice fragrances. Great quality. They project. They last. The only thing is you have to be into that Oriental take on fragrances.
Yes. You need to check this one out if you like Imagination. Nusuk Fawa Midnight Edition. Woo! Parfums de Marly Ocean inspired. But, this is the sexier, dirty brother of Ocean. Oh, this one is so 10 times more better. And beast mode. So really think of if Parfums de Marly Ocean had a bigger brother that fucks all the women. That is what this one is. All Watania Cayenne Classic. Ooh. This is the best inspired version. Whoa. I haven't smelled this fragrance in a long time, but it macerated and it got so good. Holy shit. This is an inspired version of Dior Homme Intense, but I have never smelled such a good version of this one how it is right now. I think I have this fragrance for 2 years. Whoa, this smells good. I'm speechless. The quality, how it smells so rich and expensive. Honestly, 10 out.
Hey man, y'all better get yourselves together in the chat, man. I just looked at the chat. Man, get yourselves together, man. Hey, look, see that? Hey, I don't blame you though. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't blame you. We must stay focused, my brothers. We must stay focused. Come on, man. We almost done.
Out of a 10. How it smells right now, my bottle. How old is my bottle? I don't know. It's freaking good. I have it for 2 years. Order this fragrance, spray a little bit out of it, let it sit for 2 years, get the nosegasm that I've just got. Oh my god, get this one. Especially for the fucking price. Get it. Holy shit.
Alright, man, dope video. I'm rocking with Curly. I think for me, Bro, they be wilding with these comments. Flash us like, come on, fam. They be wilding with the comments. Now, for me, when it comes to sexy, if we're talking about sexy and affordable, Ebe and Fume by Mason Alhambra, I still think that's a very nice Tom Ford inspiration clone. I like that one a lot. Shahari from Latapa, very nice, smoky rose, incense, fragrance. Yes, spices. That one is absolutely nice. Aside bourbon. Bro, Aside bourbon is nice as fuck, man. I ain't gonna hold you. That little gourmand, sexy chocolate take that it has on it. I like that one. Najdium. Not Najdium. Latafa Kayed Alfrasan Najdium. That one, the one that's supposed to be that Versace tape, that shit is nice, but extremely sexy, cold weather. I'm ready to put that one on for sure. This curly better looking at. Oh, I ain't saying that. That Zamaya is next for me. I see it on Amazon. Yeah, man, Zamaya got some hits, fam. That, to be honest though, that was my first time seeing that one. So I'm probably gonna have to come back and revisit this because I want to tap into one. That bottle looks kind of interesting. So I definitely want to tap into that one. The Paris Corner Prodigy. Every time I look at the reviews, it doesn't look good. I don't think I'm going to buy that one. Man, please. I might look into the notes and get a better idea of what it could be cloning and things like that. I might have to tap into that one. Boom, boom, boom. Boy, y'all acting a fool in the chat. Boy, y'all funny as hell. Sorry, let me see. It says, sorry that Artisan Blue is very, very nice. I just got mine 2 weeks ago. See, that's what all that swearing is unnecessary. I feel the same way. That's why I'm trying to work on my cursing too sometimes. So I really can't talk. That bottle was that Prodigy bottle. That mess was crazy. Yeah, it's you got curly fragrance and then you have damn, I forgot the other chick name already. I know it's curly fragrance and then it's where's she at? Here we go, right here. Curly Scents. Yeah, I know. I've seen both of them around. All right, and then we're gonna do one more. I want to tap into the cologne boy. He's saying that if you was to build a fragrance with only $300, what would he build it with? Now I'm gonna go ahead and let you know right now. If you building your collection or if you're starting your collection with $300, you're doing pretty damn good, especially if you mostly go into affordable fragrances, clone fragrances. Hell, even if you want to get some designers, there are designers that you can get still within that budget at a great price. I'm going to be curious to know if he has any niche or indie fragrances in here, but let's tap into it. Let me hit this like button real quick so we can support everybody. And let's get into it. Let's see how this one's going to be coming off.
$300 to build a fragrance collection. These are the fragrances that I would pick. Now, as for the rules, we need a winter scent, a summer scent, and a going out / date night scent. Let's go. For my winter / date night scent, I'm going with Stronger With You Intensely. It is a beast mode fragrance, vanilla, cinnamon, tonka, and toffee fragrance. It lasts super long in winters, and it is about $85 to $95 US. Now for my summer / work fragrance, I'm gonna go with Versace Pour Homme, clean right out of the shower scent.
Hey man, what's I would much rather go with Dylan Blue in that instance. Like if I'm gonna have a clean shower gel, like easy going fragrance, like give me Dylan Blue. 1 million cologne, even though it's discontinued, that one is absolutely amazing. I'm not mentioning H24 by Hermes. Definitely gonna throw that one. Gucci Guilty Cologne is another one that kind of goes in this same vein. But even just on a general scale, for me, Versace Dylan Blue would go great in this placement right here. And that one's gonna be $50, I think.
Very oceanic, smooth fragrance. It's about $50 US for 100 ml. You cannot go wrong with this. For going out / a statement piece, I'm gonna go with Bleu de Chanel Parfum with the money left over. You will not regret this fragrance. It has pulled me the most compliments out of all my designer fragrances, and it is such a bold fragrance. Comment down below if you want to.
I like that. My only thing that I would change on that one is I would go from the I would put Dylan Blue on And then instead of that last one, the Parfum or Blue de Chanel, I would go with the EDP because I do like the EDP. The EDP is nice. I'm rocking with the EDP. 300 in America. Yeah, 300 in America, fam. Dylan Blue is denser and has that slog hit incense in it. Definitely heavier than Versace Porn. Oh no, man, I like it, man. I like it. I get the differences, but if I'm going for like a very clean and offensive fragrance, I'm definitely throwing like Dylan Blue in there. But hey, you said it also. Oh, fresh for the summer. Facts. You can't go wrong with that one. I need a new bottle actually, cause mine don't went away. I need a new bottle ASAP. But hey, man, we about to get up out of here. Make sure that if you didn't see it already, I went over the new Hawas earlier. The information that we do know, there will be a fragrance event that's happening this Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I think. The 3rd through the 6th in Vegas. They're going to be doing a vendors convention. They're going to be presenting a lot of fragrances. I did showcase the Afnan Rasasi has 4 booths, I think. And 3 of them are dedicated to the new Hawas fragrances. Hawas Cobra. They have Hawas Diva for the ladies. And then there was one more Hawas that I forgot what I think it is Malibu. But I think it's those 3 that they have booths of. Atlantis and Viper, they don't have it as an official booth yet. But we are expecting some news from that to be dropping this week. So we're going to go ahead and wait. Make sure you hit your bell notifications, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so you can be updated, because when this stuff drops, I will be letting y'all know in the community tab. As soon as I get the news, I'm going to let y'all know also. But with all that being said, man, I hope y'all have a great day. Hope y'all have a phenomenal day. Your square and your purpose. Don't let nobody take you off of it, fam. We out, man. Y'all have a great day, man.